Hi everybody, welcome back to this week's video. Number one thing was you've got to stay away. Why are you even talking to that boy? Why were you if I catch you talking to that boy, stay away. But you just knew you weren't supposed to, like, you know, go close to anything that was sexually related and stuff. You just knew, because if you got caught, dang, I feel bad for you. My mom could smell a shower from a distance. She would be like, she's a bad girl. And she'd be like, you're not hanging out with her anymore. And I'm like, wait, what did she do? And I was so naive that I didn't really know until I knew. I was like, ooh, that's what my mama was saying. But I never wanted to give her like that, you know, like, oh, she was right. Number two thing, it is sinful, right? And I was like, but God created it though. No, it is sinful. Why must you want to know? You'd be watching TV, and if you saw a sex scene, you'd put your head down like you didn't see anything or whatever. Like, especially if you're watching TV and there's a lot of adults in the room, you kind of pretend that you don't know what's happening. So it's this really awkward moment, because honestly, I felt like every adult in the room was checking for you to see if you were actually watching, and then you had to act like you couldn't see nothing. So it's this awkward moment where the sexual activity is happening on the screen, and then you're like, but if you had to have the right amount of fidget, right? Because if you're doing too much of this, they know that you know something. You know something you're not supposed to know. So you have to pretend. You have to learn how to make that I'm grossed out by this sexual stuff face, you know, like and just keep your head there. Even though you're curious, don't bring your head up. In order to survive this little awkward moment of a sex scene on screen, you have to pretend. And I was one of those children that was super curious about what's happening on the screen in the first place. Like, so whenever it would come up, I'm like, God, I want to see what's happening. But I was also a good kid, so I had to put my head down. Put your head down. You don't need to see it, you know? And then you pray it was an episode your friends saw so they could tell you what happened in that scene. Oh my God. I don't know if anybody else can relate. Comment below and share an experience when it was super awkward to watch it with your parents or maybe another adult in the room or something or whatever and stuff. And then you have to pretend you don't know these things, like, they're kissing. If you smile, oh, so you're enjoying this. You're enjoying this. This is the kind of life you want to live. Jesus, what did I do? All I did was just watch TV. I didn't do anything. Now looking back, we had some cringing moments, like just moments where you're like, God, let them not catch me or whatever and stuff like that. Anyways, so that was like number two, was like, you know, that awkward moment where it was just like, pretend you don't know, or it is sinful. It is so sinful. It is so sinful that you will die and burn in hellfire. In fact, I will pray that you die. I will pray that if you will get pregnant. Like all these, like, I heard so many like things or whatever and stuff like that. It was definitely drilled into me, like, it is a sin. It is a sin. It is a sin. It is a sin. The final one that is such a big deal for me, and one of the reasons why, like, I have my channel, is sex is not a big deal. What's the big deal? You children of these days, sorry, my hair. Ooh, I love this hair though. Do you guys like this hair? I love this hair. It just looks so nice. Even though it's not a big deal, can you please explain some things to me? Can you please, like, teach me something? Anything? Nothing? You're not going to tell me nothing? Like, I have nothing to go off of. Honestly, you guys, it was like one of those things where it was like, teach me anything. What do you mean it's not a big deal? And the sad part about sex is, like, when you hear it's not a big deal, it's not a big deal, it's not a big deal. And then I got married. In my head was telling me it's not a big deal. My body was telling me this is a very big deal. You know? And then when your body is not telling you this is a big deal and your head is telling you it's not a big deal, then you have a problem. It's like, what do I do now? Well, I'm here to tell you sex is a very big deal. And unfortunately, in our African households, we didn't learn that sex is a very big deal. Because if they had been honest to us and actually told us that sex was a big deal, most of us women would actually enjoy sex in our marriages. And most of us would not be complaining about not being pleasured or gratified. Because we deserve to be gratified. Like, we deserve to have the fun too. Whenever I watch Nigerian movies or whatever, yes, I get it. It's not the accurate depiction of the real deal, whatever. But like, it's a depiction of the culture. You see all these men, they're gratified, they get fulfilled sexually, but then the women are just like, Just lay there and take it. Grin and bear it. It's not a big deal. What is the big deal? Sex is not a big deal. But do you know how much fun you could be having though if you just get that thing out of your head that says sex is not a big deal? I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment, definitely share and pass this video on. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye guys.